We've got news about Daredevil Born Again, Invincible Season 3, Spider-Man 4 updates, and American Psycho reboot, remake, all in between. And as always, we've got a whole lot more. And before we do anything, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know what comes up first.
Welcome to the Light, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of Lights, Camera, Rant. As always, I'm your wonderful Mr. Rant. I was about to say Mr. Host. Mr. Rant, jeez. I swear I haven't had that many drinks so far. I've probably about 3 or 4 so far. So, yeah, not that many. So thank you very much for everyone who's coming back for another episode. For everyone who's brand new, welcome. Sit down, grab a drink, and let's dive into all this. Because, this past week, we've got some fantastic news about Daredevil, Invincible, Crypto, American Psycho. This week seems to be a lot of surprises. And it was lovely enough, I got to go to a premiere to go see a brand new Kate Winslet's movie called Lee. This is a WW2 biopic movie, which was really good. And we will be having our review coming out for that very soon. So stay tuned and keep an eye on that because they'll be coming. But that was a great premiere. Also, thank you very much to Studio Canal for the invite to go see that. We're also going to premiere next week, which I'm really excited to tell you what it's going to be, but that's going to be a surprise. So definitely go past our socials and go check it out when it does come out, because that's on this Wednesday that's coming. I was thinking about to say Tuesday, but it's this Wednesday. Also, I did a little bit of work in the background, and I thought, you know what? It's about time after 3 years. Shit. Yeah, it could be 3 years now, actually. Wow, that time flies. Time really does fly. I've made my very first business cards, which you're watching, or you get to see what it looks like right now. I thought, get to hand them out, got something a little bit physical, so I did a little background and created that for the very first time. And they are about 2 weeks away, so I can't wait for them to arrive and do a little show and tell when they pop up. We're at 2 weeks. And I've also got some exciting merch that's coming that I can't wait to show you guys as well. So that's also about 2 weeks as well. So the effect of the blood moon. Thank you very much, as always, for coming past the YouTube channel. My room hasn't changed. My room's still exactly the same. My background's still exactly the same. The 5 Nights at Freddy TV will come out too. Yes, that's right. We've got the poster for 5 Nights at Freddy that came out this week. December 2025, we'll be getting 5 Nights at Freddy. And even if you are really excited for that, don't forget there is also going to be a 3 as well. They've already announced that this will be a trilogy that'll be coming out. So definitely, first one did so good by the dollar value. Blumhouse was really excited about that. So second one is already in film production, and the third one will be around the corner as well. So keep your eyes on that. So without further ado, let's go into the big pop culture news that's happened in this past week, which finally, which it feels like, I say 3 years since this podcast has started, but the announcement of Daredevil Born Again feels like that was 5 or 6 that is being worked on. And not to mention, in that time, it got to, there was going to be 18 episodes, and now it's going to be 9 episodes. There's now going to be 2 seasons, so 9 by 9. It's not going to be one big season. And towards the end of last year, it got mentioned the fact that they started shooting, and the entire thing got reworked, and the whole script changes because they want to be more in line with the Daredevil and Netflix TV show. So it changed. So Daredevil Born Again's kind of had a little of a slow start, restart, keep going type of finish right now, which is a little bit up and down. But March the 4th, next year, 2025, they'll start streaming. So 9 episodes, so 9 weeks in a row. But Daredevil Born Again, we have our date. And not to mention what's coming out just a couple of weeks earlier. So February, March is going to be fantastic. The Effect on the Blood Moon on YouTube. Now, I thought it was a one-way closet because the left side looks like it's a wall. My right side or my left side? No, my left, my right is a wall. Right side is not a wall. No. Answer. Oh, it's a shame I can't buy. You can't buy any. Oh, dude, it's cheap. If it's not, let me know and I'll send you some too. I'm happy to send. Always happy to send a hat or a beanie. I'm always up to send some merch across. But yeah, sorry. Going back to what's coming out a little bit earlier, which I'm so excited for 2 reasons. One, we got the official streaming date of Invincible Season 3, which is coming out Feb the 6th. So that was the really cool part. But the second that I was just like, fuck yes, was the fact that the announcement is there's going to be no mid-season break. We are going to get the full 8 episodes in one hit. Dunk. Heavenly Jesus. I tell you what, season 2 was just so hard because it's like you have 4 episodes, you got really excited into it. You're like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you got to wait until next year, which was about there was about 2.5 months break between the part 1 of season 2 and part 2 of season 2. So that was really hard because when it came back, you're like, oh, here's 4 episodes, and we're gone again. That was just like kind of like how quick it was. So I'm assuming that with them telling us the fact that it's now going to be a Feb to 6 and there's no mid-season breaks, that it's going to be like this moving forward for all the rest of the seasons. So the creator has mentioned the fact that they've got at least about 6 to 7 seasons. Actually, I think they said 9 seasons planned out if they can go that far, if Amazon's happy. But Feb to 6. So we got Feb to 6. We've got Invincible Season 3. And right around the corner, we've got Daredevil Born Again. So it's funny. It's always very similar to this year because we had Echo and Daredevil. And then we had Invincible. So a little bit of a same kind of thing. But, Echo was a little bit diverse with a couple of people. Some people did like Echo. Some people didn't. I liked it. But it's definitely not the show that I turned on Disney Plus. I'm like, you know what? I need to rewatch Echo. I want to rewatch Echo right now. Like I have no desire at all to go pick that up on. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be a lot of people's option to go watch Echo. But right now, like we're going to be reviewing Agatha all along at the end of this episode, which I think Agatha all along has got more rewatchability than what Echo did. But then again, you do need to watch Echo going to Daredevil Born Again. It's not essential, but it's something I do recommend just to fill in a couple of pieces because we are in the Marvel Universe. So I recommend going and check that out next time. Now, this is a question that ever since Spider-Man No Way Home, people have been asking, what is happening with Spider-Man 4? The last report that we got, apparently there was tension between Marvel and the MCU. Sony on what direction they want to go in. So apparently Marvel wanted to bring it down to a more grounded story, while Sony wanted to go more of the multiverse stuff. So of course, when that report came out, you can imagine how everyone reacted to that. Same me. I'm like, no, I think Spider-Man 4 needs to bring it right back to the ground level. We've had him go international. We've had obviously the multiverse with No Way Home, but I think we need to bring this down. Like we need to get them and explore more of the Spider-Man villains that we haven't seen on screen before or villains that haven't been in the MCU. That kind of style. That would be really good to see. But apparently Tom Holland recently said in an interview that he has read the script for Spider-Man 4. He's really excited. Him and Zendaya were bouncing around the room, so excited about what this is going to be. They said there's still some work to be done, but so far Spider-Man 4 is heading in the right direction. So Tom Holland has previously said, will he reprise his role as Spider-Man? He said, if the script is good, which is fair. As anyone, you've done 3 movies. If you walk away, especially with him, it's Spider-Man No Way Home trilogy. Spider-Man Home trilogy is almost impeccable. Yes, I know some people didn't like Spider-Man Far From Home, but Homecoming was really good, and No Way Home just hit it out of the park. So even if he does walk away, he walks away being pretty much the main Spider-Man in one of the greatest Spider-Man movies, probably period, that will ever get made and probably will never be topped in that sense because of how good Spider-Man No Way Home was. So he figured he has every right to walk away. But if he's excited about the script, that's a good sign. Who's going to be the villain? Who's going to pop up? Are we going to see Miles Morales finally in the MCU? There's so much up in the air. But again, they've just getting the scripts ready. So they're having to start filming. So this is 2026. Maybe not 2027, but we're looking like 2026, ladies and gentlemen, before we're going to see this. So good signs, but definitely don't hold your breath. Now, also Rick and Morty fans, we've all got to so that Rick and Morty has been renewed for seasons 11 and 12. It's funny how the show, I still think about where the show came from. It's like a YouTube channel, that YouTube video, and it's what it is now. Is just insane to think about. Season 8 is coming out next year, so definitely more Rick and Morty to come for the next 3 to 4 years. So Rick and Morty fans, we are set and settled and going to be enjoying it. And yeah, a lot more Rick and Morty to come. Now, not what might come, but what is coming, but what's also going to be coming and going to take a sweet ass time. Oh, Jesus. This is not the news I wanted to read about when this report came out. So right now, we are currently in this video game movies or TV shows that are just nailing in the park. That have just been fantastic. And have just seen a resurgence on what you could do with the video game property in the right hands, opposed to what we've seen in the past, which has been quite dodgy. Now, we have reported previously that Amazon does have the rights for a God of War TV show, and they were working on it. However, it's hit a slight snag. So there was scripts written, there was highly praised. However, now they've fired a showrunner, and now it's back to the drawing board again, because apparently Amazon Studios, MGM, wants to go in a different direction with the show. So that can be slightly bad because you don't know on why the direction, especially if the scripts were praised. And also going on to that is what, if they've just taken all their scripts away, that's probably add another year to when we'll see this show. So I would say we're not going to see the God of War TV show until about 2027. That's my bold prediction with the fact with all these changes is I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be a long one before we're going to see this show. And it's a highly anticipated show. And apparently, MGM, Amazon, Sony, it is high on their priorities. There is a lot of God of War, fan base out there to make this show fantastic. But seeing a report this is just oh. And there's the setback of do not get excited, and do not get excited until you see a poster. This is still very, very far off, and it's just disappointing to see. Oh, there's the good ship. Now, last week I reported the fact that Mouse PI for Hire is coming in 2025. Now, last week I said, I know this is coming to PC, and it's coming to Steam. I was like, oh, look, I probably will have to buy a Steam Deck because of when this game's coming out. Because, not all PC games come to consoles. However, since that last episode, the creators of Mouse PI have released a reel saying that it is also coming to consoles. So not only Xbox and PlayStation and Steam all together, and I think also Nintendo Switch. So this is definitely something you need to definitely watch. Watch the trailer. Go check it out. We did a trailer reaction to this. It looks fantastic. The background, the gameplay, there's just going to be so much into this. It's a small title. I think it's going to have a big impact, and it's great it's coming to consoles. That's a win, so that gives me a little bit more time to save for a Steam Deck. Also, speaking of posters, we got a brand new poster for the upcoming Karate Kid movie, Karate Kid Legends, where we see generations collide, where we see Jackie Chan, who was in the one reboot with the one movie, and Ralph Macchio, obviously from the Karate Kid movies and from Cobra Kai, will be making his appearance, and we have a brand new Karate Kid. This is coming out May next year. I keep saying this every week, ladies and gentlemen, because I forgot this was coming out next year, is that 2025 is being absolutely stacked for movies. So get those calendars out, lock this in. Karate Kid Legends is coming out. So really good. It's going to be interesting to see on like how this is going to look like. I'm always up for a Jackie Chan movie, as always. But great to see the poster and glad to see that this is coming out and moving forward. So I'm really excited about this one. Also, we got James Gunn posting his Instagram on the very first look of Crypto, Superman's dog, which was heavily inspired with James Gunn's dog, which I'm going to say Uso, O-Z-U, Ozu. That's where he's named his dog, which was a dog that he did save for his home. No, saved, and then brought home that lives with him now. There's a really cute photo of it. But Crypto is going to be in the Superman movie. James Gunn has also said that you're going to be absolutely blown away by Superman's appearance on his performance and how this is going to be. So the excitement for the Superman movie is getting more and more. And I know I've seen so many memes of people just ripping off. I like how I saw one comment that was like, I like how this one photo is already more hopeful than Henry Cavill's Superman. I'm like, it's a different universe. It's a different universe. There was a lot of problems with the Henry Cavill Superman videos, not because of Henry Cavill, not because of him. That's I think a lot of people need to. His Superman was fine. It was just the writing and everything around it. But I also saw a photo where someone mocked this photo with all the other Superman just sitting there and watching. It looks like they're on the moon, which is good. I'm interested to see how Crypto is going to look like in the show, and like how CGI is going to look, if you know what I mean, on how he's going to move around. Not to mention seeing Superman chasing his dog. So you got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't a Superman. This is not a Superman origin movie. We're not going to see him. We're not going to see him all. This is more like Superman Year One because it's inspired by All Star Superman, so it's more like we're going to jump in and see how he's doing after he's been Superman for a couple of years, but still very young. So as I said, Superman Year One, basically. Also, Dune fans, Dune Messiah, the third entry in the Dune trilogy. Now, the director Dennis has in a recent interview that he is going to be back in the studio sooner than we thought it was going to be. But Dune Messiah will start filming in 2026, we start shooting. This will go by the books, and we will see the 12-year jump. So there'll be a 12-year jump between Dune 2 and Dune 3, where we get to meet these characters and see what type of new challenges and world is currently in at the moment. Very curious to see. Dune 2 did so well at the box office. It's one of the best movies of this year. So I'm very curious to see what direction Dune Messiah will go in. He said the fact that we're only wrapping up the trilogy, but then again, we do live in this wonderful world right now where sequels, reboots, and everything else in between. So I wouldn't say Dune 4 might not be off the table. So that could be there. But yeah, Dune 3 will start. So if it starts shooting in 2026, we're looking at Dune 3 until 2027, 2028. Right there. So again, don't hold your breath. Dune is a little while away. Also, okay. American Psycho, which was an iconic movie in 2000 and based on the book played by Christian Bale. And I didn't even know that there was actually a sequel to this. Yeah, tell me if you heard this. I didn't know there was actually a sequel to American Psycho, where it's played by Mila Kunis. I was like, there's probably a good reason why I have not heard about this movie or seen this movie at all. This sounds like more of a direct DVD sequel, if anything. So currently right now, Lionsgate is currently in negotiations with the Challenges director on working on a brand new American Psycho movie. There is no details right now if it is going to be a remake, reboot, or a sequel. So those details are kind of up in the air, but a new American Psycho is currently in the works. And I would like to say thank you to the Galactic Core podcast for coming past in the YouTube chat. Say hello, Mr. Rant. Good to see you. Sir, it is absolutely excellent to see you. This man right here was wonderful, who bought merch from the merch store, and which he posted on our Instagram. He got one of the brand new arrive, rant, and leave jumpers. And he also bought a cap. However, I think that cap, if I'm not wrong, is still taking a long time, even though it's just a cap. It's funny how these things could take long, but you can get a jumper real quick. But the cap may take a little bit longer. Which the cap I've actually made a new cap for the merch store, which will be coming soon too. But yeah, look, thank you, sir. As always, thank you to everyone who has bought from the merch store. I really do greatly appreciate it. It goes a long way, and it's just a small bit that does help. That just goes straight back into the podcast. It goes right back into the channel. It goes all right back into this to make sure I can give you guys the best viewing experience, best listening experience, and making sure that you guys can hear the rants all the way in the back. That's the whole point. But yes, American Psycho fans, get ready for a brand new American Psycho. But again, if I'm talking about this, we're looking like 2026, 2027 for this movie and whatever it's going to be. But you tell me, do you want to see a remake? Do you want to see a sequel? Do you want to see a prequel? Like, what do you want to see in this brand new American Psycho movie? Would you like Christian Bale to return in some form or fashion? That's the other question. But look, ladies and gentlemen, that was the biggest news that's happened in the past week. So let's get on to Agatha All Along, Episode 6, Familiar by the Sign. Now, before anyone asks, yes, we are going to go into spoiler territory. And also, yes, this is a flashback episode. So currently right now, as it stands, we have not moved on the road at all. Currently right now, the Witch's Road, we're currently at a full stop for this episode. And there's only 3 episodes left, and the last 2 episodes are going to come out the same week as like a Halloween premiere. So it's going to be bang, bang, bang for the next couple of weeks for this. And also, if anyone asks, are we watching The Penguin? Yes, The Penguin has been doing absolutely excellent. The brand new episode, I'm recording this, a brand new episode of The Penguin is going to be dropping today, so we're so excited for. We've got a very special guest that's coming on, and we're going to do a massive recap of the Penguin TV show going into that. But enough about the Penguin. Let's talk about Agatha. So, as we got last week, we saw the teen have Agatha. Wanda's crown, fling Agatha away, and we can see the fact that he is Billy Maximoff. And he is Wanda's son. So the entire time in this series, we're looking at it as going like, who the hell the teen is? And yes, we're like, it's either initially it was, this is Agatha's son, and then now it's Wanda's son, and now we know 100% it is Wanda's son. So as I mentioned, spoilers, right, left, right, and center. So don't forget about that. So as we can see going into this, we see that William, who is having his bar mitzvah. This is right before, this is about 3 years ago, before the current events that we do have the characters at the moment. We see him having fun. We see him with his family. And then we also see, while he's at his bar mitzvah, we also see him, he meets Lila, which she was there. She's the one who did the sigil on him, but of course she's forgot who he is. She puts a sigil on him because she reads his palm and knows who she is and knows what he is and what's coming. So we found out who put the sigil on. Unfortunately, it's not Mephisto. So that Mephisto theory is out the window, and the Wanda theory out the window. So we find out. But unfortunately, this party ends quite quickly because this is the point where Wanda's hex starts failing. Town goes crazy because it's not in Westview. This is in Eastview. As it's, I thought that was funny. I was like, okay, that's the directions going in. Still, that's a double pun or a double pun. I didn't even think about that. But yes, so we see that now. Unfortunately, as they're trying to escape because they don't know what's going to be happening, the parents are driving with William, and they're in a car crash. William dies. Now, we have seen this in different mediums of this happening, but at the same time, as the hex was getting destroyed, we see that Billy and Tommy fade in with the hex. So which means that at the time, as Billy was disappearing, if you will, we see that he's gone and inhabited the body of William because William died. Quick vessel, jump in and get in. So that's how Billy got into this body. Now, of course, when he comes to, he has no idea what's happening. He struggles with knowing what happened beforehand. He's trying to adjust. to this whole family and the situation. Fast forward three years, we can see the fact he's still got the little thing about the sigil that was in his pocket that has the sigil mark in it that Lily put in his pocket. So we can see that, and he's still been obsessed with witches. And obviously Agatha. He also meets somebody on Reddit that we find out is Ralph Boner. We get to see him. Pete Evans comes back, which is a great little cameo, which I wasn't expecting. Which I was like, hey, which he's pretty much traumatized. The whole guy's just like, he's just messed up. The whole thing is messed up. He's like, what everything he's done. He's like, oh, I locked up a woman. I killed a dog and all this. Which he explains who Billy and Tommy is about Wanda and everything. He does say, don't go back there. Which, of course, he goes back there because this is a Marvel story and we need the characters to go back to create more conflict. So the funny thing about this part is that we see William. Obviously, we all get to meet his partner. Partner who does help him to a certain point. Which we do actually get to see Billy tell his partner who he actually is, which he doesn't run away, which is good. So Billy goes to Agatha's house. Now, like, the best part of this episode is we get to see the flip side of the interrogation scene of what Agatha saw and what Billy saw. And it's so funny. Just the way Agatha's sitting, what's up in her mind, how she's just got a squirt gun in her pocket, but she thinks it is, how messed up. And we can see that, how Billy helped Agatha, from his point of view, break Wanda's hex. And as we get to see this together, he comes to, they go through the road, and it makes sense how they've all come together to this point. Now, we also, right at the end of the episode, we see Billy and Agatha talk to each other, and we get to see the fact that Billy doesn't have full control of his powers. He's struggling, and he still needs Agatha's help to finish off the road. Agatha still needs his help, and they're going to be setting off to finish off in the last 3 episodes. Again, oh my god, I just forgot her name. The creepy witch, Green Witch. She's not in this episode, maybe like a little bit, but she's like MIA since the last episode's ending. So don't know where she is. She could be anywhere. She could be anywhere. She could be anywhere. Don't know where. Don't know. But Agatha and Billy both need to help each other to go down the road, if you will. Now, it's interesting because as they're going to be doing that, and Billy can't control his powers properly. Now, my original theory last week was the fact that Billy wanted to find out where his mother is. Not at all. He wants to find his brother, Tommy. So that's what he's going to do at end of the road. Which, when I did find out that theory, when I did mention that, a part of me was like, oh, that makes sense. But another part of me was like, damn, I guess a Wanda cameo is a bit of a reach. I guess we're not going to be getting that. Damn. So my hopes for Wanda appearing in the show and coming back have just like dropped. But I'm still going to hold on to that theory. I'm going to put a pin in it just in case anything might pop up. Might not happen. I didn't mean to do that. Might happen, but we're going to see into this. So, but that's the mission going forward. So we get to see. So that's how it explains. Billy gets into that. We get to see how he got the sigil, what Agatha's going to go into. So this episode, it's I reviewed a lot of Marvel TV. Actually, what I was talking about, I reviewed all the Marvel TV shows. Netflix, Disney Plus, all of them. Let's go time. One I like past episodes to give you the backstory, but as part of me is like, can we just do the past thing and like move the story like a little bit at the same time, like not dedicate the whole episode just to your past? Because you might say, Ollie, that seems a bit short for the episode. I'm like, really? That is what the episode really was. There wasn't much conflict. There wasn't much, like, we got the reveals about the sigil. We got the reveals about, how he knows Agatha, how Billy's into it. At the same time, it just left me a bit like, cool. Okay, let's move on to the next episode. Oh, that's right. I have to wait another week to see what's going to happen next. So that's the type of thing that I find really hard with these types of episodes. It's just like, oh, I guess I got to wait a little bit longer. again, it's funny actually why I'm recording this. Like it's like a little spider going across the wall. I'm like, I'm going to kill you in a moment. But it's not. Yeah, it's just annoying. So it gets to the end of the episode and it's like, cool, but it's good to see how Billy's going to the body. It's good seeing an effect and his family adjust. What's this going to mean for Billy moving forward after Agatha goes and Tommy? What's going to do his family? What's going to his partner? How's that going to sense? They can't. I hope. Well, the thing is, like, it's not like Billy's taken over William's mind. William is dead. He died. So that's how Billy was like a straight in and get him. But the fact that he's already gone, he's gone. So it's not like, oh no, you have to leave his body to allow the soul to continue. And I don't think Billy's going to turn around and be like, no, I don't want to find Tommy. I want to be with Tommy, so I'll let William have this body again. I'm like, no, William's been dead for 3 years. I don't think he's going to be coming back in that sense. I don't think there's that much hero morale and what's going to happen with Agatha. So there's still, obviously, of course, if it makes a great show, there's still a lot of question marks. But my thing is, like, where are we going to, my biggest question is where we're going to go from Agatha moving forward if we don't have Wanda appear, which I really do wish Wanda will appear. I know she's not dead. You saw the Flash then. We've all been there. We know it. We understand. But, I wonder, what do you guys think about this episode? How do you feel about, dedicating an entire episode to the past and only 5 minutes to the actual story? Or do you wish it was kind of like a forward and flashback kind of style, that the story still progressed a little bit, but we get the past flashback? Or was the flashback only entirely to like 20 minutes of just him overthinking everything right before he started getting his powers and flicking everything around? Is that, would that have been better instead of just doing the full minutes? But I digress. Agatha is still being one of the fantastic shows from what Marvel has produced. And, this is the next live action show from Marvel is Daredevil Born Again, which is just brilliant. And it's so exciting to know that next live action is Daredevil. Yes, it's 5 months away, which is completely insane as I'm recording this because of the fact that we only got three months left of the year. But knowing that Daredevil Born Again is just an absolute win. And then Feb, we got Cat 4. So hopefully, Galactic Podcast, bad to admit, still haven't started the show yet. Dude, what are you doing? I can't talk because you are about to comment and say, well, Agatha has only been out for six or 7 weeks, and you still haven't watched Clone Wars. So let me rephrase that entirely. You should watch this, my friend. You should watch this as soon as you can when you have the time. But I do understand that you have a lot more priorities on the table than watching Agatha. But this lovely man, though, I got him coming out at the end of the year. We are going to be reviewing. Oh my god, Skeleton Crew at the end of the year. So I'm really excited for that. Bring on Daredevil Born Again now. Can't wait 5 months. I know. It's 5 months. 5 months until we get Daredevil Born Again. I know I sound greedy. I know I sound impatient, but compared to, actually, I'm going to say it right now. Hang on. I'll tell you right now how long we have been bloody waiting for this show. Daredevil Born Again. Here we go. Yes. I'm real. Where are we? I'm going to tell you exactly when this is going to be announced. Where are we? 2022. 2022 is when this show was announced. And 18 episodes. It's actually just going to be 2 9 episodes. Hey, man, to go on the Twitch. If you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you need to go check out Who's Got Next Game podcast. I know I say this all the time, but if you haven't already, you need to. And then once you go subscribe to them, come back and subscribe to this channel. That's the best thing you can do. And I need to also message you because I know it's long overdue that we need to have our episode together. There's a lot of ideas, and I need to hit you up for that because it's long overdue to get do a collab episode again. But yeah, March 2022 is when Daredevil Born Again. Because I remember I got really excited for Daredevil Born Again. I was like, oh, they announced it. That's so cool. 18 episodes. That's awesome. Oh, and yeah. 3 years later, we're still waiting. And it's coming out. But don't worry, 2025. Agreed. Agreed. I have a baby coming Tuesday. But oh, dude, holy shit. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. We'll have to find time in between that, but that's cool. That's also awesome, man. Congrats. I wish you all the best on your new endeavor or new adventure that you're going to have come Tuesday. My partner and I, we're still very far away until we have kids. We're going to go to Europe first for 3 or 4 weeks we've booked. We're going to do that, and then everything after that. That's after that. That's next year. But yeah, that's when Daredevil Born Again is coming out. Agatha is still staying very strong, which is awesome. I really do hope the show does have a high note, because I know, again, we are going to see more people go, oh, Marvel's dead. It's Marvel's back. Marvel's dead. No, this is just Marvel now. Stop. So when the trip to the States? Hopefully, probably not for another 2 or 3 years, man. But I do want to come back. I really do want to come back. We were tossing up for Europe and America, and we chose Europe because my partner really wants to go there first. But America is on the card, so I really want to go back to America. And so like people like yourselves, there's like so many people I need to go see and they want to go check out. But yeah, Agatha, you always have a place to stay. Oh, thanks, man. I probably will take you up on that offer, and I do really appreciate that. I just wish my work paid a shit ton more money and I could travel more. Annual leave is the easy part. It's just the money in between, especially after the wedding about a month ago. So still trying to recoup all the money from that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about Agatha all along. Are you enjoying it so far, or you pretty much like stuff it, move out of the way, all eyes on Penguin? So as we're recording this, definitely go check out the latest episode of Penguin if it hasn't dropped already. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as always, thank you very much for coming and joining me on this episode. And until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.